It's not uncommon that on projects like this garden planter, I make the leg up by making an outside corner. So we've got a skinny piece here, a wider piece going the other way. But the key to this is that when you look at the leg from the outside, it's exactly the same dimension this way as it is this way. And that's what this is all about, is how do we do the math to make sure that we're going to get exactly the same dimension in both directions and get both pieces cut from one board. The legs for this project were cut from what's called 5/4 decking. So what I've got here is a piece of material that's 1 inch thick, 5.5 inches wide. Came from a home center. Now, the way that this leg looks in what's called section view, if we were looking right down at the top of it, is that we've got one piece this way, another piece that butts into it, and like I said, the key out of this was I wanted this dimension and this dimension to be exactly the same when you look at it from the outside. Added to that, I wanted to make sure that when I rip my board, I can get both of these pieces from one cut from this board. So what I have to do is take you back to junior high or high school algebra. We can figure this all out, and it's really easier than what you think. So here's what we've got. I'm going to have some width of x, and I'm going to see if I can do this upside down so it's right for you, but upside down for me. X is the width of the narrow board in my leg structure. Then, when I add to that another piece, that piece is represented by x plus 1. 1 is the thickness of my material. So although this stuff is called 5/4, it's been planed, so it's actually down to a 1 inch thickness right now. So what I have here is that this piece is x, this piece is x plus 1. It's an inch wider than the first one. Now we've got a little addition problem going here. Equals, let's see if I can do this, 5 and 1, oh, I got to do an upside down too, half, because that's the width of my starter material. So board A plus board B has to add up to 5.5 because I want to rip them both out of one piece when I'm done. So now we combine all of this, and we'd end up with 2x plus 1 equals 5 and 1 half. Take a 1 away from both sides, so then we have 2, x equals, subtract 1 from both sides, 4 and 1/2. So then x, to get that by itself, we divide the 2 away from both sides. So x divided by 2, or 2x divided by 2 is going to leave just the x alone. 4.5 divided by 2, 2 and 1/4 equals x. So what does that tell me? Coming back up here, this board, the narrow one, is going to be 2.25 inches wide. The big one is going to be 3.25 inches wide. If we want to test our work, do the math. 2.25 plus 3.25 equals 5.5, the width of our original board. So a little bit of algebra walks you through what you need to do in order to get these boards to come out just right, make sure that the corner looks good, and your yield is good, because we can rip both pieces from one board.